Good morning, dear students. My name is Smagulova Жанна. I'm a senior lecturer of Marketing and Economics and Management Department. Today we are talking about marketing in entrepreneurship. And the goal of our lesson class today is to describe the role of marketing in entrepreneurship. And we will talk about marketing, its types, main definitions, main concepts, marketing and marketing mix. Nowadays we have a lot of definitions of marketing. There are more than 2,000 definitions of marketing, but the best one was given by Philip Kotler, famous American economist, marketing professor. We can call him guru of marketing or father of modern marketing. Marketing is a social process by which individuals and organizations obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging value with others. Kotler and Armstrong, 2010. Marketing is a management process for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements profitably. So, the shortest definition of marketing is meeting the needs profitably. To understand this definition, you have to distinguish some terms like needs and wants. What is a need? A need is something you have to have, something you can't do without. For example, food, shelter, clothes, safety, education, and so on. And want is something you would like to have. It is not absolutely necessary for surviving, but it would be a good thing to have. A good example is music or some jewelries from famous designers, or maybe you want to buy an island or something else. Good example, one more good example, for instance, every human on the earth has to eat to survive. But want is depend on individuals, their cultural level, their incomes, age, gender, profession, and so on. For instance, some person having a low income can have just some eggs, a piece of bread, and a cup of tea on the breakfast. But if you have a high level income, you can go to the fashionable restaurant and have a beef Wellington from Gordon Ramsay. Why not? And the marketing concept states that organizations achieve their goals by knowing needs and wants of their target market. And to know the needs and wants of target market, you as a businessman have to use 4 marketing functions. The first one, of course, certainly is research. You can research, you have to research, you must research your market. You have to research your competitors, your customers, suppliers, advertising, and so on. After researching the market, after finding the goods and services satisfying the needs of your target market, you are starting to produce the new goods or services, or maybe not new, maybe just modified goods and services. And in this case, we are talking about organization of your production process, raw materials, vehicles, machines, and so on. After launching your product, we are talking about the third function of marketing, selling. You have to sell your product, and you have to use communication tools. We will talk about communication tools a little bit later. And last one faction is controlling. Controlling any businessman, any entrepreneur, at the starting his activity, at the beginning of the year, of course, setting the goal, establishing the goal, setting the goal. For instance, this year I want to raise my profit on 15%, or this year I want to expand my market. As a businessman, you can have a lot of goals. And during the year, you make some activities to achieve this goal. At the end of it, you are starting to analyze. Did I achieve my goal? Did I achieve all my objectives this year? If you did, that's perfect. But if you did not, you have to analyze, where did I mistake? Where are my gaps? And after finding your gaps, your mistakes, as a businessman, you have to do everything to avoid these mistakes in the future, in the next year. So let's talk about history of marketing concept. The first one, the oldest concept, is production concept that states that consumers, your target market, favor goods are available and highly affordable. What does that mean? Your goods, the price of your goods have to be low. And the second one, product concept, state that consumers favor the goods, products offering the best quality. We are not talking about affordable, we are not talking about low price, we are talking about best quality. The third one, selling concept. What does that mean? Consumers will buy products if the company promotes and sells this product. What does that mean? The idea in selling concept that if customers are left to themselves, they will not make force to buy your product. And as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you must be aggressive in pushing your sales. One thing I forgot to say, that the production concept, the first concept, makes sense in developing countries where consumers are more interested in obtaining the goods and services, and they are not interested in the features of the goods. The fourth one, concept, states that that entrepreneur organization focuses on needs and wants of target market. What does that mean? You have to, as a businessman, as a marketer, you have to fully satisfy the needs and wants of your customers, of your buyers, and it is necessary to produce your goods and services better than your competitors. And the last one, societal marketing concept, it is the best in my opinion. What does that mean? This concept states that marketers, businessmen, entrepreneurs have to satisfy all needs and wants of customers, target market. You have to produce your goods and services, your products better than your competitors, but the main thing is the safety of your consumers, safety also of a society at large. The aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well the product or service fits him and sells itself. Peter Drucker. At this slide we will talk about marketing mix. What is that means? Marketing mix is a set of decisions which needs to be taken before launching any new products. During our course, as students, you will do a lot of tasks. Sometimes you will do some presentations, maybe projects, and you have to looking for a lot of information. You will looking for some textbooks, magazines, journals, articles, and so on, a lot of papers. And you can meet some terms like marketing mix or 4P or 7P, and you have to know that these terms are synonyms. Marketing mix included some elements starting from P letter. From P, the first one is the product. As a businessman, you have to know everything about your product. Its quality, its features, design, size, packaging, brand name, and so on. The second one is price. You have to establish, you have set the right price on your product. It depends on your quality, it depends on a lot of factors. We will talk about it during the other lectures. Your price depends on the quality of your product, on taxes, on the cost of a production, on the customers, of course, and so on. And as a businessman, you have to know all the price methods, strategies, and tactics. The third one is place. In this case, certainly we are talking about inventory, transport, distribution channels, and so on. The fourth P is communication, promotion. And we are talking about communication tools. All the methods and tools used to communicate with your customers, with your buyers. For instance, advertising, sales promotion, direct marketing, sales force, and public relations. And nowadays, a few years ago, marketers started to observe the 7 Ps. We have 3 additional Ps: process, people, and physical evidence. People, we are talking about your staff, about the people producing your goods, launching your goods and services, their qualification, experience, some skills needed for production process, and so on. Process, of course, we are talking about organization of production process, your technologies, innovations, raw materials, and so on. And last one, physical evidence. So let's conclude our lecture today. What is the role of marketing in the entrepreneurship? At the beginning of the lecture, I told about aim, functions of marketing. It is necessary to underline that one of the main goals, objectives of entrepreneurship is to make profit. And to do it, to have a huge profit, businessmen have to know all the unsatisfied needs and wants of customers. And to do it, any entrepreneur have to have some marketing skills. Have to know basics of marketing. And at this slide, as you can see, you have a little bit home task, very easy home task. Could you give your own examples? Examples of needs and wants. So, thank you for your attention. Have a nice day. See you at the next week.